As rescue efforts are underway to recover people stuck in the rubbles from buildings that had collapsed following the massive earthquake in Turkey, the death toll in Turkey and Syria has continued to climb, crossing a grim mark of 11,000. The latest Mayam is once again a bitter reminder to the world community that nature is supreme. In the meantime, many countries have extended support for emergency response and recovery. Good evening, I'm Sarah Chitrakar and these are the headlines of the hour. The Sudur Pashchim Provincial Assembly meeting postponed as Province Chief Minister Rajendra Singh Rawal was expected to lose vote of confidence. Meeting called for tomorrow. Prime Minister and CPN Mao's Centre Chair Pushpa Kamal Dahal holds discussion with CPN UML Chair KP Sharma Oli. The two leaders agreed to hold the meeting of high-level political mechanism tomorrow. It's a race against time for rescuers scrapping through rubbles. More than 11,000 now reported dead in Turkey and Syria earthquake. And it's Real Madrid versus Al Ahly at the second semi-final of the FIFA Club World Cup tonight. Match to kick off at 45 past midnight tonight. Meeting of the Provincial Assembly of Sudur Pashchim has been postponed until tomorrow as the Province Chief Minister Rajendra Singh Rawal was not likely to receive a vote of confidence. Previously, Chief Minister Rawal was scheduled to receive the trust vote today at 1 p.m. However, the meeting of the Provincial Assembly has been pushed until 1 p.m. tomorrow as he was not likely to generate the required majority. Chief Minister Rawal was not likely to receive the trust vote after Nagarik Unmukti Party hesitated from granting the confidence to him. Based on the constitutional requirement, the vote of confidence must be received within 30 days of appointment as the Chief Minister, while this deadline expires tomorrow. However, Nagarik Unmukti Party, which had supported Rawal's appointment as the Chief Minister, is yet to decide on whether or not to grant him the trust vote. Leaders of the ruling coalition are currently making efforts to convince the party. Nagarik Unmukti has remained firm in its demand of the release of its leader Resham Chaudhary and other members and cadres, and has said that the party cannot extend the trust vote until they are set free. In the 53-member Provincial Assembly of Sudur Pashchim, Nagarik Unmukti has 7 members and is decisive in formation of the province government and each decision of the Provincial Assembly. Therefore, lack of support from Nagarik Unmukti will not ensure the required support of 27 Provincial Assembly members for Chief Minister Rawal. Rawal was appointed the Chief Minister with the support of 29 Provincial Assembly members with 10 each of CPN Mao's Centre and CPN UML, 7 from Nagarik Unmukti and 1 member of Rashtriya Prajatantra Party. Largest party of the Sudur Pashchim Provincial Assembly, Nepali Congress, has 19 members, while CPN Unified Socialist has 4 alongside 1 independent member. Prime Minister and CPN Mao's Centre Chairperson Pushpa Kamal Dahal has met with CPN UML Chairperson KP Sharma Oli. The two leaders have agreed to hold the meeting of high-level political mechanism tomorrow. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal had reached the residence of UML Chair Oli in Balkot earlier this morning. The meeting is understood to have delved into topics including appointment of ministers at 5 vacant ministerial portfolios and the presidential election. Prime Minister Dahal is shouldering the responsibility of the Ministry of Home Affairs, Education and Labour after Rashtriya Swatantra Party exited from the government. Prior to the addition of these portfolios, Premier Dahal was already leading the Ministry of Forests alongside Youth and Sports as well. UML Chair Oli had reached the official residence of the Prime Minister in Balwatar yesterday to talk about the portfolios. Speaking after today's meeting, Prime Minister Dahal said that additional talks are to be held in tomorrow's meeting of the high-level political mechanism. Meanwhile, the two leaders have yet to reach a consensus on presidential election. UML has remained firm in its claim of presidential post based on previous agreement, while Mao's Centre has been voicing for national consensus regarding the designation. CPN UML's Kumar Dasurdi has been elected to the National Assembly from Lumbini province from the re-election held today for the vacant post. Dasudi emerged victorious with 4,026 votes and defeated nearest rival from Nepali Congress, Madhav Acharya, who garnered 3,720 votes. Another candidate, Rajendra Rai from Nagarik Unmukti Party, got 192 votes. The post had been vacant since UML's Khimlal Bhattarai had resigned. Nepali Congress General Secretary Gagan Thapa has said that any remarks against media can pose risk to democracy. Speaking at a program organized in Kathmandu earlier today, Thapa said that media and freedom of speech has a crucial role in democracy. Meanwhile, Secretary of CPN Unified Socialist Ram Kumari Jhakri emphasized on the need for debate regarding democratic culture in Nepali politics. Political analyst Geja Sharma said the senior leaders had centered system of governance on themselves. Discussions on issues like Nepali politics and democratic culture were held during the program. The ward secretaries of local levels in Sunsari has complained of locals exerting inappropriate pressure in administrative works like recommendation for birth, death, migration and citizenship certificates, among others. During the interaction program with public representatives organized by District Administration Office Sunsari, the ward secretaries complained of being pressurized by locals for recommendation of citizenship certificate despite failure in fulfilling the required procedures. The public representatives have further said that some locals had threatened them to register incidents and provide recommendations for citizenship certificates. The government has made preparations to send a medical team and emergency aid to Turkey that has been gripped by massive earthquakes. The 10th meeting of the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Authority, held at the Office of the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers, made the decision to provide aid to those affected by the massive earthquakes in Turkey. During the meeting, Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal said Nepal and Turkey had maintained a friendly relations and that the government of Nepal must do all it can to support Turkey. Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What do you term the government assurance to increase health science academies without adequate studies? Your options are A, effort to win confidence of everyone, B, commercial interest, and C, baseless assurances. Voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for international update. The death toll from the earthquake that struck Turkey and Syria on Monday has risen to over 11,000. At least 8,574 have died in Turkey, the country's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has said. At least 2,530 have been killed in Syria. Yesterday, Erdogan had announced a 3-month state of emergency in 10 provinces that have been the hardest hit. More than 12,000 Turkish search and rescue personnel are working in affected areas along with 9,000 troops. More than 70 countries have offered rescue teams and other aid. U.S. intelligence sources have insisted the balloon shot down on Saturday was used by the Chinese military for spying. Unnamed officials told the Washington Post they believed such balloons were used to collect intelligence on strategically relevant territories. They include Japan, India, Taiwan, and the Philippines. Chinese officials have already denied using such balloons for surveillance. An official told that the U.S. intelligence community believed some of the balloons were being flown from Hainan, a southern Chinese island that is home to a naval military base. Quoting an unnamed senior Biden administration official, CBS News confirmed that the U.S. intelligence community believed the balloon was part, in its words, of an aerial surveillance program run by the People's Liberation Army out of Hainan. On Monday, the U.S. briefed 40 allied countries about the alleged espionage, where Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman also revealed one balloon had circumnavigated the planet in 2019, traveling over Hawaii and Florida. The discovery of alleged spy balloons has caused a diplomatic row between the US and China. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken cancelled a trip to Beijing, set to take place just a few days after the balloon was first detected. It would have been the first meeting of its kind between the two countries in years. US defense officials have previously said at least 3 suspected Chinese spy balloons flew over the country during Donald Trump's presidency. Spokeswoman for the Taiwan Affairs Office of China's State Council, Zhu Fenglian, at a press briefing has said, in her own words, China's Taiwan region has never been a state, nor will it become one. Zhu Fenglian made the comments after Lai Ching-te, chair of the Democratic Progressive Party DPP, claimed he is going to stick on the cross-strait policy position of Tsai Ing-wen, former chair of the DPP. Zhu Fenglian said both sides of the Taiwan Strait belong to one China, which is a fact with clear historical evidence and legal basis. Zhu Fenglian called engagement in Taiwan's secession as against the trend of historical development and the will of all the Chinese people, and warned it would seriously damage the interest of compatriots on both sides of the Taiwan Strait. North Korean residents laid flowers before statues of their late leaders to pay respect to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the founding of the Korean People's Army, KPA. In video provided by the North's official news agency KCNA, people were seen laying flowers around statues of North Korea's founder Kim Il-sung and late leader Kim Jong-il in Pyongyang. Leader Kim Jong-un called for strengthening the country's military, according to state media, as he paid tribute to soldiers and met with troops amid expectations for a major military parade showcasing the latest weapons. According to international analysts, commercial satellite imagery has for months shown North Korean troops practicing for a major military parade that is expected this week. New Zealand authorities have said they had recovered 3.2 tons of cocaine worth more than $320 million, believed to be found for Australia and found floating at sea. A police photo showed the haul apparently before recovery in a net supported on the ocean surface by floats. New Zealand Police Commissioner Andrew Coster said it was the largest find of illicit drugs by New Zealand agencies by some margin. No arrests have been made yet. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.